Boo. Hi, Carlos.
Like the stream, YouTube shitters.
Yo, no. Yo, Ice. Do you love me? I'm going to say it like that. I love the most the time when you are not around. Yeah, STGA. Hi, Melly. Dude, Rust released a video. I want to watch it, actually. 18 minutes. Let's actually do it. That's gonna be a good one, I can already tell. It's a video about Shamshir. Let's see. Okay, let's go.
On your screen is 2 blocks of cheese. One, gold, refined, delicate, probably a little smelly, but unmistakably beloved by all. The other, the Shamshir, otherwise known as Scamshir. Boring, meta, overpowered. Objectively, one of the best PvP weapons in the entire game, with more tournament wins than any other weapon in the last 4 years of the sweatiest gameplay you've ever seen.
That's because shit is restricted. Like, I'm sorry, what? I mean, Shamshir is strong, but definitely not the most broken thing you could possibly imagine in the game, yeah?
And yet, if I were to ask you the traits that make a weapon quote-unquote cheese, what would you say? Damage. It has less damage than a basic longsword, literally the starting weapon that you're given when you click New Game. Range. Shamshir sits in the middle of the road with its range, with less than something like Bandit's Curved Sword, which comes equipped with higher damage. Poise damage. It literally has the same poise damage as every other weapon in the small weapon class category, along with straight swords, axes, and katanas. Hyper Armor. It ain't got that. Pierce damage. Curved Sword. Unique Ash of War. It ain't got that. So where, I ask you, where, point to me on the little PNG, where the Scamshir is scamming you? There is one thing
Backswing
that sets it apart from all the rest. Something so niche that this micro detail gives this weapon the edge it needs to be top tier. It's back.
What?
Okay, maybe I need to explain a little better. Hi, my name's Rust.
I just want to point out that Rust mentioned here that it actually sets apart Shamshir from everything else. Well, not exactly. Like, TS has insane backswing. Dwelling Shield, of course, has insane backswing. Technically, it's actually kind of a short type of weapon, yeah, but Warp Axe has insanely good backswing. There's plenty that can do that, but Shamshir has like a one unique ability. Just when you are going to frame it correctly, then you kind of extending the backswing range, and that's why this backswing in particular is so strong. That being said, even though technically, let's say like a Klindrod would have like a little bit weaker backswing, it's still more devastating just because of the Klindrod being, well, not only thrusting weapon, so you're adding the pierce damage, so like on the potential counter damage you just do much more, but also because of what you can do after the backswing.
Soulsborne content creator with an emphasis on PvP. The Shamshir, at first glance, is a pretty average weapon with average damage, average range, no hyper armor, and the same access to Ashes of War as any other pre-DLC weapon. Instead, it relies on a unique interaction with its backswing to set itself apart. And in this video, I'm going to go over how that interaction works, how to optimize your use of the weapon, and how you can fight against it. Be sure to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you found this information helpful to you at all, or if you're just more confused than ever. Every single interaction in PvP can be broken down into 3 fundamental skills that you need to have as a player: spacing, roll discipline, and understanding priority. The first 2 are pretty simple. Spacing: if you don't get hit, you don't take damage. Roll discipline: if you don't get hit, you don't take damage. I'm a fucking genius, I know. Priority, on the other hand, is a lot more complicated, and in simple terms, it just refers to who has the right of way in a fight. That is to say, if you hit someone, then you gain prio, and you can dictate the flow of the fight, where either you can press your advantage and continue to swing, or make a prediction on whether your opponent will either mash or attempt to roll. If you can safely go for a follow-up attack of your own without taking damage on return, we call this safe prio. But every setup has a different number of attacks.
Oh my god, this animation is actually so cool. I wonder how they did it. Like, they probably just set like particular parameter for the backswing of the claymore here, and then locked characters in place. That's actually so cool, dude. Like, Rust is doing such a great job with these animations, with these, well, visual presentations of things, yeah.
That it can safely go for while being able to retain prio against somebody mashing out a hit stun. And it's dependent on a few factors, being the type of stun that your weapon deals, its poise damage, and the speed of its backswing. You're starting to see where this is going. Some setups have really strong priority, particularly anything with the word great in its name. If the opponent tries to mash out a stun, then they will continue to be stunned as long as you keep clicking the silly little R1 button. This is because these setups have high enough poise damage on their full attack chain and deal a high level of hit stun, which means that even though their backswing is fairly slow, it's still fast enough to interrupt the opponent if they attempt to mash. But most one- and two-handed small weapons don't have this luxury. With any of these weapons, their first attack of their attack chain will do a base amount of poise damage and a little over half on subsequent swings. So, something like a two-handed thrusting sword will only have one-hit safe prio, where after the initial swing, it is no longer safe to go for a follow-up attack. Instead, that player has to either accept the risk of going for a trade by following up with another swing, or attempt to outplay the opponent by attempting to guess their next move correctly. But unlike the majority of small two-handed weapons, Shamshir, and Shamshir alone, gets 2-hit safe prio on its standing R1 chain.
Like, this is actually not true, by the way. I mean, like, or differently. It is true that Shamshir actually gets the safe rollout, technically, at least most of the time. But here we have a presentation of Cleandrot that actually also does this. It's just that you have to use, like, a mobility ash on it, yeah? That's why mobility ashes are so broken. Like overall Cleandrot on its own, yeah, it's like probably the most broken weapon in the game. But it's mostly broken because it has insanely good synergy with Bloodhound Step or like mobility ashes overall. Like the weapon known as Cleandrot wouldn't be as oppressive without BHS. And Shamshir doesn't even have synergy with BHS, honestly. It's probably better to slap like a sword dance on it, or like a spinning slash, or in some cases even flaming strike.
Weapons, Shamshir, and Shamshir alone, gets 2-hit safe prio on its standing R1 chain, where its backswing has low enough recovery after its attack connects that you can safely roll out to avoid an attempted mash from an opposing player. To clarify, this does not double your damage output. Instead, it punishes players who don't have good fundamentals and opens up the door for mix-ups against players that do. Let's break this down. Put yourself in the other guy's shoes for a moment. Say that you're fighting against the Shamshir player and they land the standing R1. You know that trying to mash out a hit stun is pointless because you'll just take more damage and they'll get to roll out unpunished. So instead, it's in your best interest to do one of a few things. Option A, attempt to roll and reset to neutral, and attempt to beat the Shamshir player with your superior spacing and roll discipline. Option B, assume that they'll commit to a second R1 and then attempt to roll out. So you can delay your mash and attempt to roll catch on their way out. Or option C, mash and pray. The Shamshir user, on the other hand, has one option that beats all 3 of these. Block cancel. If we take a look at the frame data of any weapon, there's various points in its animation of its attack where different actions are allowed, where blocking and rolling are really early in that animation and walking is usually last. If you hold block after your attack, then as soon as that window becomes available, you'll cancel the remaining recovery of that initial attack and into a guard.
Honestly, I'm not that big fan of block cancelling with Shamshir. Of course, it might serve as a good thing, but just it opens for like mistake opportunity. Yeah, let's assume that you are going to misposition, or you are going to even have situation where between you and your opponent there is a small jitter. Yeah, so like a connectivity issue, and you are going to actually end up trading while being in the block animation at the given moment, even for that split of the second, yeah? You are ultimately going to receive a freaking guard break, and in the process most likely lose the duel. So, in vast majority of cases, just relying on the backswing, well, I would say it's a little bit better for Shamshir.
Points in its animation of its attack where different actions are allowed, where blocking and rolling are really early in that animation, and walking is usually last.
Welcome back, Tritian. I hope everything went fine.
If you hold block after your attack, then as soon as that window becomes available, you'll cancel the remaining recovery of that initial attack into a guard, from which you can reset back to the first R1 of your attack chain. For Shamshir, block cancels are extremely effective, where if your opponent either chooses option A or option B, then you regain your 2-hit prio, and can once again threaten your backswing for safe damage. If they choose option C and mashed, then the result would end up in a trade, meaning that the Shamshir user still guarantees some amount of damage at the cost of their prio. And while option C might sound appealing, don't forget that this only works if the Shamshir user doesn't go for their backswing, otherwise you're just wasting your own health pool for no reason. What's important to note is that this 2-hit safe prio only applies to the Shamshir's standing attacks and various R2s. The running R1 is a great way for you to gap close against an opponent, especially if they're using something with a lot of range like a Colossal Sword, but it comes at the cost of a longer recovery into your backswing, meaning that your running R1 as well as your jumping R1 only have 1-hit safe prio, and after landing this hit, it is no longer safe to go for a follow-up without risking taking damage in return. But with your jumping and running R2, you deal a higher level of hit stun, meaning that you have more time after landing that hit to block cancel after your attack into another R1 and still retain your 2-hit prio. This makes these attacks extremely threatening, and if your opponent attempts to mash, then you can safely go for 3 consecutive attacks without taking damage in return.
By the way, this is why on this weapon, Sword Dance is just technically like the best Ash you can have, because after running attack, in vast majority of cases, you remain in the priority. If you are going to just simply click the Ash, yeah? Well, matter of fact, you can still fuck yourself over by missing, for example, yeah, that Ash, because let me actually show you. Let's turn on better multiplayer. Check link in stream description. What's going on? Let me see. That one is good. You were answering someone? How I joined the Discord. Okay. All right. And I need to turn on cheat engine. I heard it well slants. How did it go? It went fine. Slants probably has at the given moment one of the best spacings like among the competitive community. I didn't duel slants though. I was dueling on the arena. But yeah. On the last fight of ours, my fucking dodge button stopped working, and I actually threw like a lead of 90% HP. Like, but I literally couldn't dodge because like the button on the box of the controller got fucking stuck. It was funny, but yeah. No roll at all? Right. Rolling is for pussies. That's very, very true. It was fine, although like we have like 130 latency, just that it is very stable, so at least that. But yeah, Slants is clearly in gas. Because like he's playing out of his mind. This question is for how long? Because you know, like it's the story old as time, yeah? You are actually very good at the game till the moment you are not anymore. Like everyone just kind of like falling off at some point. Yeah, currently his spacing is immaculate. Like I haven't seen like a better player that would have like better spacing at the given moment than Slants. He's pretty insane in that regard. Oak, to be honest, last time I played Oak it was like when I moved to PlayStation. So yeah, I frankly don't really have a comparison. But yeah, I was about to show something. So yeah, like, it's a problem with I have to be careful to not kill this little thing, but after the running attack, what is... oh? It disables itself? Crazy. So, after the running attack, you can technically just follow up with the Ash of War, but there is a chance you're just gonna literally go through the target. Like, this Ash has that tendency that when you are actually nearby your target, you preferably want to rotate it to the left. That's something I have learned a hard way, yeah? Because not free aiming your sword dance is just usually detrimental. Whereas free aiming is actually like absolutely goated because it gives you opportunity to just get away from the potential setup for the backstab against you if someone is going to predict that you're gonna use the sword dance. But yeah, this Ash suits this weapon so well. It's actually your source of hyper armor too. Doggo. Alright. What's up, Rust?
And of course, there's your crouch attack. While it was long disputed that Shamshir had a useless crouch attack, I'd beg to differ. Yes, it has very short range, and it's fairly slow. But with proper spacing, you can even outspace something like a Lance's jump attack and land the crouch attack to counter. What's unique here is that it immediately flows into your standing R1, letting you break max poise on the first 2 hits and keep prio for 3 consecutive attacks. But this is only true if you free aim the last frame of the crouch attack and the first frame of the standing R1, making this an extremely high skill maneuver, but well worth the investment if you can pull it off.
I mean, like, let's be honest, this crouch attack or roll attack is not good at all, but it still can be utilized, and like redeeming factor is indeed the fact you can actually keep the prio with the follow-up R1, which, funnily enough, by the way, kind of off topic, but in Night Train, for whatever reason they changed that, and after roll attack, you have this backswing instead of actually the first attack of the chain. Which is, well, honestly, it works for the... It makes Shamshir actually worse in Night Train. Okay.
Hyper Armor in general really puts a big dent in anything that the Shamshir can do. And if you, as a Hyper Armor enjoyer, are fighting against a Shamshir player and wondering why they're playing like a passive little bitch, I'm about to explain to you why. From neutral, if you, as the Shamshir player, are ever within range of a Hyper Armor user's attack, then it is unsafe to go for an attack of your own. This is because if they click their button anywhere within the time that you click yours, Hyper Armor. If you roll their first attack and they continue to click the button, Hyper Armor. If you outspace their attack and attempt to pressure them into a roll catch, Hyper Armor. In general, there's about a 10-frame window in between the attacks of most Hyper Armor setups in which you can even attempt to punish, meaning that you have to have already been outside of their range and started your counterattack before they finish their animation. With how difficult it is to establish prio against Hyper Armor, given the precision of time that you need in between their attacks, it's almost never worth trying to go for a roll catch, because if they mash, then you have to reset from neutral and do everything over again.
You know what? I actually wonder if from the competitive perspective, it wouldn't be better for hyper armor weapons if they wouldn't have hyper armor. Let me actually explain. Look, here we had example. This one, I think, yeah? No, wait. I think it's gonna be after this one or before. Oh, this one. Okay, so here we have a guy with the gags. If both players wouldn't actually have a hyper armor as it is, and now you would have a trade between colossal weapon user and Shamshir user. Right now, the guy with the colossal weapon, colossal sword, would get actually staggered with tier 1 hit stun, whereas the guy that received hit from the colossal would get staggered with tier 3 hit stun. It means that the animation of the stagger of someone with gags or like with the colossal sword would be shorter than it is that they are currently in just by doing the follow-up, which means they would have a true combo for the follow-up with another R1. Which is pretty crazy if you think about it. Like, I would say that I wonder if, like, it's kind of off topic, but I wonder if this game straight up wouldn't have like even more busted colossal weapons, at least on the low latency, if there would be no hyper armor per se, but you would just receive the additional defenses like you already do during the hyper armor. Like, well, what we currently have as a hyper armor, yeah? You got the point. So instead of actually having like an additional poise on the swings, you just would have defenses only. I think it would actually lead to the situation that weapons that are right now considered as just fucking kind of noobish, in the meaning that they are just relying on trading, would be actually genuinely stronger, at least in hands of better players.
Yours, Hyper Armor. If you roll their first attack and they continue to click the button, Hyper Armor. If you outspace their attack and attempt to pressure them.
But yeah, like, overall, honestly, hyper armor on its own, like, the way how it is and how fast it starts in this game just make it so that you have to very often respect player that shouldn't really be respected, unfortunately. Like, in the meaning that, like, you can be 1,000 times better player than someone else, but you still have to play careful around them, because they can just smash.
There's about a 10-frame window in between the attacks of most Hyper Armor setups, in which you can even attempt to punish, meaning that you have to have already been outside of their range and started your counterattack before they finish their animation. With how difficult it is to establish prio against Hyper Armor, given the precision of time that you need in between their attacks, it's almost never worth trying to go for a roll catch, because if they mash, then you have to reset from neutral and do everything over again. So either you need to always go for your backswing, or always predict that they're going to mash out a hit stun, and being prepared to punish their mash with good spacing. But there is one thing that can make the Hyper Armor matchup a little more tolerable. Spinning Slash comes as the default Ash of War in Shamshir and deals a
And unfortunately, it doesn't work against Colossal Swords and Colossal Weapons if the user of Colossal Swords or Colossal Weapons has enough of passive poise themselves. In such case, Spinning Slash is not going to break the Hyper Armor. Yeah, like, Spinning Slash makes it so that you have more agency in fights against Colossal Swords and Colossal Weapons, but not nearly as much if your opponent is running optimal build.
of poise damage on the first hit of the Ash, being enough to break most Hyper Armor. If you outspace the first hit, then you can safely spin to win to safely punish if they either continue to swing or roll in toward you. TLDR, the game plan against Hyper Armor is this: use good spacing, have good roll discipline, and understand your priority. Wow, it's just like that guy said in the Rust Bucket video. It's the 3 fundamentals. Yes, you're beginning to understand. If you have solid fundamentals, then the Shamshir is an amazing weapon. But if you play like shit, you'll die like shit. Get good. While Shamshir isn't known for its variety of true combos, it has a lot of pseudo combos. The difference being that a true combo allows both hits to connect before the opponent can roll out. There are 2 true combos that it has access to. One being the simple standing R1 into backswing. But this is only true if you knock the opponent out of the air if they try and jump the attack.
You can always do that by just free aiming upwards.
The other is exclusively with the one-handed moveset. While one-handing, a jumping R2 has a true combo into the follow-up swing. I generally wouldn't recommend using the one-handed moveset, so it's not the most viable combo to go for, but it's there if you want to use it. Pseudo combos just refer to basic roll catch chain.
I kind of want to actually point out this thing in particular, yeah? Like about, let me actually play it again.
The one-handed moveset. While one-handing, a jumping R2 has a true combo into the follow-up swing. I generally wouldn't recommend using the one-handed moveset, so it's not the most viable combo to go for, but it's there if you want to use it.
Well, I would honestly recommend using one-handed moveset. It's actually way better than one could give it credit for, it's just that like you don't supposed to use it all the time, yeah? Like having a shield is a huge pressure, honestly, especially in particular matchups. Like it allows you to actually close the gap, and also like in case if you are in the dangerous situation to just have like a safer rollouts. So honestly, like if, of course, in regular game, it's always better to just have this on your backs, yeah? But let's say if I would be playing a tournament where using the icon shield would be banned out, I probably would be using Dorito shield on the backs, and sometimes actually would be swapping to the one-handed Shamshir. Also, one-handed Shamshir has surprisingly good crouch attack in comparison. Like, look at that. This. Like, it actually probably has more range too. Yeah, it's pretty fucking good. Guard counter on the Sham one-handed is also not terrible, right? There is like a very few guard counters in the game that are actually decent, and well, Shamshir's one is one of them, definitely.
Using the one-handed moveset, so it's not
too bad, 110 poise damage, muscle sets in the chat. Yeah, I mean, you know, like when you're using the shield, it's more about the play of, you know, of using this sword dance or spinning slash, yeah? Just getting in the position of the opponent, or flaming strike, yeah? And, you know, the jump R2 that has like a true combo into follow-up is always going to break anyway.
Not the most viable combo to go for, but it's there if you want to use it. Pseudo combos just refer to basic roll catch chains, where you can string together a series of attacks together to try and quickly dispatch the opponent if they roll predictably. Simply block canceling R1s can achieve that very easily as long as the opponent rolls in toward you or to the side. If they roll directly away, then it works for the first roll catch, but after that you have to change things up. If the target is at max range after landing your hit, then you can roll catch with a running R1. The hitbox stays to the right of your character, so free aiming a little to the left can help you make this more consistent. And of course, the 2 Ashes of War that I mentioned work really great as roll catches. Spinny Slash tends to work if they roll in, and Sword Dance works if they roll away. Build options. With around 60 points that you can invest into your damage stat...
Actually, give me a second. I want to rewatch this moment.
Pseudo combos just refer to basic roll catch chains, where you can string together...
There is actually... So like, this entire segment is about pseudo combos, and there is like a particular way of playing Shamshir that I actually utilize. Following my practice with space, that I realized that free aiming to the right to delay the attack makes a better setup for the follow-up later on. So like when someone is rolling away, you can always do this into follow-up, and usually you're gonna end up hitting your opponent when they are rolling away with the backswing, yeah? So you are basically you are frame trapping them in the process, yeah? Like overall, Shamshir, I would say like like saying that the backswing is the power of this weapon is a one thing. It is of course true, but the more true is the fact like it's frame trapping potential is the exact reason why this weapon is actually so powerful.
Series of attacks together, titans can directly target is to the right of your.
Do you know why frame trap deals double damage?
Why?
Because it is not only physical damage, but most of all emotional damage.
Oh.
Because person makes one mistake, but they are punished multiple times for it.
So, what you are saying is that Elden Ring is a mental warfare. Or at least playing Shamshir is a mental warfare. By playing Shamshir, you are straight up abusing someone's mental health. Is that psychological, how it's called? Not abusement?
Abuse.
Is that like psychological abuse?
Many games do this.
Is playing Shamshir so does that mean that when you're playing Shamshir, you are literally a piece of shit?
Well, yeah, I could say so, but you play it, so I can't.
Okay. Well, unfortunate. That's why I play Shamshir. Like, and by the way, another thing, yeah, dude, Shamshir is insane when you are using it without lock-on as well. That's another thing that allows you to even set up freaking pseudo combos and frame traps even better. Like, instead of just locking on something, yeah, trying to hold space, and doing like any sort of the turn and burns, you can literally just run around framed and then angle your attacks even easier. And because of the wide swings of this weapon, this type of playstyle is actually viable. And yeah, this is something I totally recommend everyone to do when they are playing Shamshir, because yeah, like playing Shamshir on its own, like, and swapping between locked on playstyle and like a free aim playstyle makes this weapon twice as deadly as it normally would be. Like, sometimes delaying these attacks, but just like angling them to the side when it's needed is just exactly a thing that you need to win.
Character, so free aiming a little to the left can help you make this more consistent. And of course, the two Ashes of War that I mentioned work really great as roll catches. Spinny Slash tends to work if they roll in, and Sword Dance works if they roll away. Build options. With around 60 points that you can invest into your damage stat, a standard strength build is the best way to run the Shamshir. While two-handing a weapon, you get an additional 50% strength bonus toward your damage, making your 60 points of investment more like 90. Add the two-handed talisman on top of that, and you can actually start doing some really good damage with this weapon. Due to its light weight, you can sacrifice the need to run Great Jar's Arsenal, giving you a lot more room to work with your talisman slots. Besides the two-handed talisman, the Godskin Swaddling Cloth and multi-hit talismans synergize really well with the Shamshir.
I really wouldn't say they synergize that well with the Shamshir, honestly. From my experience, I would say that, okay, so the cloth, yes. Let's say it that way, yeah? Like, I don't exactly know what's the difference, like that much of the difference, but I would say this one, of course, yes, because this is basically a free heal. But these two, I would say that defensive options, like in form of the talismans, just would be better. Like, I have feeling like if I'm playing, like, for example, power stance straight swords, then these two would actually make sense. But otherwise, I personally don't like these. I try to play these with Shamshir. I have feeling like you just do not apply enough successive damage points, because like this is how these talismans works. Like, you are basically gathering certain amount of points for like hitting your opponent, yeah, and you need, like, let's say to proc this talisman, to proc like this talisman, let's say you need 32 points, yeah, and then if you're gonna hit R1, it means you gathered 8 points, just I cannot. You gathered 8 points, yeah? And then, like, you hit the running R2, and that's going to gather you 12 points, yeah? If you're going to gather, this is like 20, if you're gonna like gather like additional 12 points, then like the clothing tally, like the cloth tally is actually going to proc, yeah? And I have feeling like with Shamshir, you just do not have an ability to proc enough points to make these two talismans actually viable. I don't like them, frankly. Also, it seems like it takes longer time for this talisman to reset these points, whereas here it might actually take the same amount, but like in order to actually genuinely benefit out of these talismans, you have to proc them multiple times, because you have few stages of the procs, yeah? And let's say like a first proc gonna give you like a 5% of the additional damage, and this is just not that much, yeah? Something that you have to work for already, yeah? And then like, I think this is 5% for one, so it's technically 10%, but you got my point, yeah? Like realistically, these talismans are going to work very well if you have like a second stage of the proc or whatever, and for that, I have feeling like Shamshir just like, you don't have really enough opportunities to stack them that much.
Since your 2-hit prio really enables you to get multiple hits every time that you engage with the opponent. For Ashes of War, there's really only two that I'd really recommend, being Spinning Slash to deal with opposing hyper armor, and Sword Dance. Sword Dance does a few things really well, particularly in a mirror match of Shamshir versus Shamshir. After you land the initial R1 and gain prio, you can go for Sword Dance to cover two paths that the opponent might take. One, being a roll catch if they panic roll away, or two, to punish them with a lot of damage if they try and mash. However, Sword Dance is really easy to strafe, even from disadvantage, and if they simply use good roll discipline, then they can strafe your Sword Dance for a free backstab.
That's why you are framing your Sword Dance always, like, preferably to the side. Your hitbox, yeah, like on the Sword Dance, my running button just got stuck, GG. Okay, let me... So... let me actually show you this. So, we have actually no stamina, no FP. So, when you are going for the swing, yeah, this hitbox, if you're gonna look at it, yeah, it's kind of like a solid. It's really solid on Shamshir. So even if you're going to swing to the side in front of your opponent, you're most likely going to hit them. So you can do stuff that's going to allow you to actually hit your opponent, even though technically you are framing in the way, so you are not going straight forward at them, yeah? Like for example, like here, yeah? You're still gonna hit the doggo.
So now we've gone over how the Shamshir works, but how are you supposed to fight against it? Well, like I said before, get good. Elden Ring boils down to your three fundamentals: spacing, roll discipline, and understanding priority. The easy answer to this question is that you need to respect the backswing and not just mash blindly into it, especially for anyone with low poise. If you have low poise, then...
I mean, let's make it clear. BHS Cleanrod always supposed to win this matchup. Like, if you are... Like, the only case when it wouldn't be, like, when you are going to be actually genuinely outplayed, yeah? So, like, here is the thing about Shamshir, yeah? Two things about Shamshir that are actually very true, yeah? First of all, this weapon doesn't have nearly as good neutral as some other options. So straight up this going to have just better neutral, or even like setups like the Halax going to have better neutral. So in situation like this, like for example when you are playing Halax, the Shamshir user gonna have to just break the neutral in order to win. And Shamshir is also very good at breaking neutral because of its jumps R1, jumps R2, because like of, well, possibility to utilize sword ends and so on and so forth. So you absolutely can do that, yeah? But yeah, that's basically the thing, yeah? Like some matchups, like sometimes it's not only about playing better, like certain matchups by default are just technically, at least on paper, stronger than Shamshir and supposed to win. It's just that like a Shamshir is one of these weapons that player can always utilize to win anyway. Like technically, if a Shamshir user is just gonna play better than you, then they can win, yeah? But it doesn't mean like this weapon is just overpowering everything. I would say actually like quite opposed. Like even, dude, even something like, I don't know, KGS, yeah? If you're gonna try to play, if you're gonna be playing poorly against KGS with Shamshir, then KGS is just going to out-damage you, out-hyper-armor you, and just absolutely bully you to the oblivion, yeah? So like Shamshir on its own, it's highly, it's a weapon that highly scales with individual skill, and the only case when this weapon can be like good as a mashing weapon is just straight up like a mash weapon. It's when you're playing against bad players, yeah? You have to understand how to mash properly. Like, you cannot just click the R1 button.
Well, yeah, just don't mash. There is, however, two interactions in which it's actually viable, although maybe not necessarily optimal, but at least a decent option to mash out of hit stun against a Shamshir. The first time that I noticed this interaction was when I was watching a tournament with Slants, and he lost to Shamshir mirror despite winning more interactions in neutral than his opponent. In reviewing the VOD, he goes for backswing and rolls out. The opponent would then mash out a hit stun, and the backswing from the mash would always catch Slants on the way out, every single time. In testing, we found out that this interaction is 100% consistent between 50 and 180 milliseconds latency, meaning that it is a true frame trap. And if in a Shamshir mirror, you choose to go for your backswing, and the opponent mashes, then you're guaranteed to take damage from either the first swing if you delay your roll, or the second swing if you roll immediately. We tested this with a number of other setups, and the other one that accomplished the same thing was the offhand hand axe, which consistently caught the rollout every single time. But even more interesting, with the hand axe specifically, if the Shamshir player attempts to block cancel, and you mash, the hand axe will come out too fast for them to force a trade, meaning that you get priority. Obviously, this can still be outplayed if the Shamshir player just outspaces the mash and punishes it the same way they would do against a hyper armor player. But it removes one of the best features that the Shamshir offers in its 2-hit safe prio. So if you're not mashing, then what are you supposed to do instead? You're rolling to avoid the hit, which means not panic
Zdrowie, kochanie.
rolling, and even more important, you're rolling to avoid the hit, which means not panic rolling, and even more importantly, don't roll in. Rolling in against Shamshir is a death sentence for more than one reason. As I've said before, the first swing of the attack chain does full poise damage, and subsequent swings do 88. If you roll in against the second swing and get phantom hit, then even though you're not taking damage to your health, you're still taking the poise damage.
Which, this is actually something that, I'm not sure if I agree with this argument, because restoring your poise damage is as simple as just clicking the button of something that has like hyper armor. Like, you do that and you have like your poise back, essentially.
And if they then swing again, then the third hit will break your poise. This is particularly problematic with corner pressure. Not really something that you have to worry about in the arena, but if you're playing on ranked ladder, all of the arenas are designed to encourage corner pressure, where if you get caught in a tight spot against Shamshir, then you're probably getting clipped on your way out. There's a bit of a blind spot if you roll diagonally to the left to try and get past the hitbox, but this is easily countered by simply unlocking and free aiming the backswing, and if they do, then it's pretty much a guaranteed roll catch. So, once again, don't roll in. There are...
I actually, honestly, roll-ins are underestimated, I have feeling like. I mean, let's assume situation that you're playing against Shamshir, Wolf is the Shamshir user, yeah? First of all, if you want to roll in, it's always worth to just do it on the crouch rolls. I don't exactly know the science behind it, but crouch rolls seems just straight up better in many cases, even though like they are, I think, like shorter. I think like they have like less recovery or something. You basically can spam them more. But like, let's assume like you have a Shamshir user, yeah? You could technically just roll in Storm Stomp. And you got the punish for like 1,000, Jesus, for 600 plus damage. Like, you can essentially bait the backswing in order to ultimately like win a trade and heavily. So like, you're rolling in, you're expecting them to keep mashing, you are storm stomping instead, you are actually winning the trade by billion. Like, you are actually winning the trade, let's say, 200 damage to 600, even like 700, yeah? So yeah, like, I would say like, roll-ins are extremely underestimated, and a lot of people just underestimate them like way too much, because roll-ins are actually pretty great. Especially with weapons that have actually good roll attacks, so yet again, yeah? And it's thrusting swords, yeah? You can actually utilize the roll-ins. And after that, technically like also win the mash, yeah? Because of the trades against piercing type of weapon.
Two setups that I would never recommend in the matchup against Shamshir, that being LGS and Great Katanas. Both of these weapons suffer a fatal flaw, in that they get completely smoked by block-cancelled R1s. The LGS really prioritizes standing R2, which is too slow.
This is, by the way how you're supposed to play against Milady. You're supposed to utilize the fact that Milady literally doesn't have like a proper attack from the neutral. Like, everything that Milady does or can do is strongly reliant on its ability to just skip neutral with insane tracking and insane amount of damage. But if you're going to play like a proper aggro, then Shamshir's supposed to shit on Milady.
Standing R1 is just really prioritizes standing R2, which is too slow, and its standing R1 is just really shitty. And if you block cancel with Shamshir and free aim slightly to the right, then you can completely avoid the hitbox from the LGS and prevent them from mashing. With Great Cat, kind of the same problem. The standing R1 is too slow, except this time, if they free aim to the left, then they can hit you with the early part of the hitbox and prevent your mash. Another viable strategy for dealing with Shamshir is just to parry it. And if they're going for block cancelled R1s or mashing out a hit stun, then it's a pretty easy meal. But I swear to God, please learn how to do setup parries, and do not just pull a shield out of your butt and walk up to a guy and pray that it works. The amount of times that I saw people trying to do this is actually ridiculous, and frankly...
And that's why Flaming Strike is still actually a good choice for from Shamshir too, yeah? It's Flaming Strike is just alternative to the Spinning Slash, but it cannot be parried.
And disappointed.
Well, at least on the first part.
Fun. But if you're gonna go for style points, then don't just do it half-assed.
Hello, gamers.
If you're dealing with a parry king, then there's a few things that you can do to avoid getting exposed by somebody on Reddit. Jump attacks obviously can't be parried, and neither can Spinning Slash. So if a guy whips out a shield and walks up to you, just spin. Otherwise, you can frame the attack on the other way to bait.
Wait, what's Rust said here?
Jump attacks obviously can't be parried, and neither can Spinning Slash.
Spinning Slash cannot be parried? Wait. I think the first part of it can be parried, no? Wait, I stand corrected in such case, if it cannot be parried. No FP. Attack weapon skill. Well, it doesn't have tag parryable, so I guess I stand corrected. I actually, well, in such case, then never mind. Like, Flaming Strike sucks. You can just use Spinning Slash.
Donga fell off Fleet's chainsaw.
Yeah, I actually thought like the first part can be. Can be parried. Ah, dude, that's why. Because if you have no FP, it can be parried. Look, like this is no FP one, and sorry, this is the one with the FP, and this is the one without FP, and the one without FP is parryable. That's why I thought so, because apparently I had situation in the past where I parried someone that that was doing spinning slash without FP.
So if a guy whips out a shield and walks up to you, just spin. Otherwise, you can frame the attack on the other way to bait the parry, and then turn it back around once you see them whiff. But there's something more important than matchups and prio and all this frame data nonsense. Cheese. What is cheese? Bold, fragrant, rich. But it's also anything that subverts the need to exercise good fundamentals. The Captain America shield, or Claws of Night, subvert the need for good spacing by dealing damage with projectiles that have perfect tracking. Light Roll subverts the need for good roll discipline with its insane roll distance that can't be punished by the majority of weapons. Dueling shields subvert the need for understanding priority by simply always having priority anytime that they're attacking. These are cheese. The Shamshir is a really strong weapon, and if you don't know how to fight it, it can certainly feel like cheese. But hopefully with all this information that I've given you throughout this video, you have a better understanding of just what the Shamshir is capable of, and how you should adjust your playstyle in order to fight it. But more than anything, I highly recommend you try using it. It's a great tool to help you work on your fundamentals that rewards you for when you play well and gets you punished if you don't. A lot of work went into this video, and I couldn't have done it without the help of all the wonderful people in this community. So big thanks to Dona and Skoden for spending so much time with me labbing all this tech.
Yo, look! Doner Kebab mentioned. Say hello, Doner Kebab in chat. You got mentioned. Are you happy, Doner Kebab? Hi, hello. Okay.
You can find them both on Twitch with the links in the description. I also want to give a big thanks to Owen, who carries the PvP community on his back and hosts tons of tournaments. Go check out my friends, and if you're interested in getting into PvP, that's the place to start. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Thank you, Rust. Absolutely fantastic video. A great watch. I was 300 like, wait, you had these commercials that, oh, you are a millionth user of the Google, you want the iPhone. And like, if I actually like click the 300 like, did they win an iPhone? Rust, where's my iPhone? But yeah, anyway, absolutely fantastic. 10 out of 10 video, 10 out of 10 content like usually. Probably gonna re-upload it.
Go like Rust's video, YouTube shitters.
True. We have to... Look at that, dude! Yo, Melly, look, those are the shitters. We fucked them over. I fucked them over again. Like, just before the live stream, and they are upset. Dude, they're like a fucking... sneaky cheaters in the Halik tree that we fucked over. They have like an insane packet loss. Chainsaw dog. That's about you, Melly. So yeah, we fucked them over, and they are molding, dude. Like such a shit players, dude. I swear these guys are speeding. I think so. There is something wrong about them. First of all, insane packet loss all the time, and second of all, their build up. It's weird. Like, I don't think you're supposed to have that much build up on level 150. I highly doubt it. Because they are actually running dual gags with bleed infusion. Wish we had videos on these invasions. Yeah, I recently actually play off stream a little bit of Seamless, like for like last 2 days. Actually have a lot of fun doing so. Like PC is goated, dude. It's so nice to actually play a proper platform for a change. What the fuck am I doing here though? I wasn't here for sure. Oh, by the way, there was a new update for Seamless. Steel's natural habitat? Not so natural anymore. I'm going to say it like that. PC players improved like fucking dramatically since the last time I have played. And that's nice to see. But yeah, like I still, there's like so many things that I would fucking improve. Like I don't think that's a good idea to keep playing. Like it is good idea to keep playing PC to improve as a player. I don't think this is a good idea to keep playing it for the content still, because, well, a lot of issues with the invasions in Seamless, yeah? As simple as that. Is this? I'm actually not sure if this is not a cheater that I encountered a little bit earlier. Like, I have fought someone that had, I think, like a similar name and similar fashion, and he toggled on me when I was able to fuck him up.
Meow.
Alright. Yo, Rain, what's up? Oh. I looked at the chat. I am getting locked on the teammate. And teammate gonna die now. Okay, here you go. We saved him. That's kind of suck that like there is like invaders that come here just to give the refuel. That's basically what it leads to. I'm gonna actually try to get from the other side. Yeah, this is fucking... that sucks. Nice. Well. Well, this is over. Come on, teammates. Well, GG. Here we go. I am that Chinese person. First of all, you are wearing a low-level armor. Secondly, the double squad with a huge sword bleeding like that is just that high. You can go and try it yourself. Well, that's nice you're saying that, but when we are actually facing you and the other shitter, this is my setup for you. I have 710 robustness, my dude. So, like, you know, this is not only me that, like, points out you guys are fucking, like, retarded shitters. So I wouldn't be surprised if you would be also cheating. Gags is going to have like 110 build up most likely on bleed, isn't it? On the optimal bleed. Oh kurwa. Oh my god. Okay. We are witnessing the goat. Crazy. Wow. The only reason I was yelling at you was actually because that person nearby was using glitch. Well, then you are targeted wrong person. What the fuck you want from me? I invaded you two. You guys are basically nearly impossible to fucking fight normally because you motherfuckers have like a such fucking insane jitter that you cannot make a singular move without skipping around. Like, you want to complain about, like, someone, like, chainsawing you, then, well, we didn't need that chainsaw to beat you. Oh, GG. POV G9 loses an honest fight. To be honest, guys, I really outplayed them there, and this super trash, I deserve that win because I outplayed them. Soggy, this is actually how it's supposed to be, if the game would be skill-based. Like, of course, let's make it clear, like, Elden Ring is still, like, fundamentally very skill-based, but it has a lot of ways to make it so that, like, a worse player can win. Hey. GG. Okay. This is... okay. That fucking sucks. This is highlight moment if I ever seen one. Okay. All we have to do is to keep a pressure, and we are not going to keep the pressure because of latency. Okay. Bro just got spaced on 240 ms. I am literally predicting the fucking eons ahead at this point. GG. Oh, by the way, guys, when I was playing yesterday, maybe someone that's actually playing like the seamless and better multiplayer actually knows it, but yesterday at the evening I have been playing a little bit with gamers from Elden Ring PvP Discord in better multiplayer mode. We played some arena, and people sometimes were using boluses, and the animation for the bolus was triggering twice. Like the moment the animation started, like the bolus release animation was already happening, like the explosion one, and then like the moment the bolus was about to touch the mouth of the character, like it was happening again. Like, does anyone know what the fuck is that, and if that's some sort of the visual glitch only, or maybe it's actually affecting the gameplay? Because yeah, like first time I see something like that. Oh, the gamer again. Hi. That absolutely shouldn't be the fucking running R2. You shouldn't have. Unfortunate. I wanted to say that he shouldn't have like a more stamina. Ooh. I'm not sure if actually it was worth for me. Ooh. That fucking sucks. Like, the guys are fighting very close to us. Wow. They're supposed to really go out of here. That's fucking crazy. Okay. Ja pierdolę, that would be a kill. Oh my god. Ah. Okay, we still got it, but yeah. I expected, like, these guys fighting literally next to us to fuck something up at some point. Swordness has twice the distance and host connection is wild. I mean, that's only highlight for you, frankly. Where the fuck are these people? Like, I thought they're gonna be nearby, so I wasn't even jumping on the horse, but seems like it's not the case. Have you tried Strength / Faith? The Devonia Hammer Wake Up is nasty? It is. I didn't try it, but I might, actually. Yeah, it is looking very solid. The Axe Copter swap also sounds like something that you could utilize to your advantage on Strength / Faith build, yeah? The only thing that makes me worried is damage of Ashes of War and also the very poor damage of Starfist, yeah? Like Starfist without its nuke factor that you get from like having more than 60 strength. It's kind of meh. You ever participate in the Bad Red Man bounty boards? I have no idea what the fuck is this, my dude. Lol. I got an input drop right now. What's the motion value of this dog shit? Crazy. Tak. Oh my god, it finally happened. Finally landed. Jest to było bardzo długo czasu oczekiwania z tego co widziałem. 10 minut to zostało. Ale tam nie ma dużo rzeczy dla ciebie. Jest tam jakaś rzodkiewka. Jest 21. Okej. Fun challenges to completing invasions. They are on the Bad Redman subreddit. Sounds like something we could potentially do. Like, even for the video. Oh. Okay, there's a chance that these gamers are already on completely different map if we are in this spot. Is this PC? Yes. Co za dziwny dźwięk? Oh. So, as far as I am aware, if you're in this location, then you're fucked. It means that you're gonna be like actually like gonna be thrown back to this location over and over. Let's see. Yeah. Well, that sucks. Well, gonna have to leave. Do you think your content will focus on PC only, or will you go back to PSN? I don't really... I'm going to say it like that. The more platforms, the more possibilities, and I would rather prefer to not restrict myself to one platform. PC has its upsides, PlayStation has its upsides. It's worth to play, like, you know, various different platforms. I have a thumbnail for the Colosseum duels that is actually just waiting there. So at some point I'm probably gonna visit the Vanilla Colosseum for fancies. Hi.
Vanilla Colosseum?
No.
To ja się zaloguję.
Hey. Sup? I'm trying to kill your friend. I hope you don't mind. I'm trying very hard. At some point it will happen. Gonna have to give me a moment. Okay, Kevin? I hope that's fine. Oh, he pops the thing. Almost there. I think I'm actually getting moved a little bit to the side. So, Kevin, what's going on? I don't think that I should be, like, catching the backstab from this angle. Oh, okay. Well. Well, I cannot backstab them. Well... You want to fight, Kevin? Maybe? Oh. Oh, maybe now? Maybe now? Oh. Fuck. Oh, he's buffing. Oh. Okay. Now we're fighting. GG. Very fun fight. What's up, Kevin? Aha. I'm just gonna hide behind these shelves if you don't mind. Oh! Wow. Surprise, Kevin. Oh. Okay. I remember I participated in tournament against Space Ranger, and that was actually what he was doing entire fight. Well, GG. Oh. Ah.
Hey!
Hello. Let's fight. Oh, that's such a shame. O! Weźmiesz kochonia? Okej. Co jest? To już odbiorę, co? Usiądziesz sobie z tymi, z czatem? No czekaj, bo mam inwazję. Oh. Oh. Interesting, goat. Let me do this and ruin his entire plan. Well, GG. And the other guy is of course on the other side of the map. Probably in the round table, isn't it? And he has no access to us at all. Oh, even not apparently. Dude was just doing other stuff on the completely other side of the map in the fucking K-Elite, whereas the other guy was in the Halik 3. But he ran off. Is he doing a Millicent quest? It would appear so? Hi. Crazy. Be right back.
That was very, very rude. You don't interrupt people talking. Are you talking to anybody other than me? Is there anybody that I could interrupt? Who is she? Hi, I am personal AI of Steelovsky. All the money he makes on YouTube he put into the AI. Let AI play. So technically I should be learning depending on your prompts. So you gotta prompt me first so I can do anything. Where is the boss? AI needs a new purse? Purse? Do I have any purses? I have one, I think. I don't wear purses. Like, who the fuck even invented a fucking purse? I wear backpack. They're 1,000 times more comfortable and more things can fit into. How many tokens for one invasion? I am not allowed to share this information.
$1,000.
What's with the voice changer? Well, learning from the best, you know. The people who made women's pockets smaller? Yeah, I think so, yeah. Although, currently, in the beautiful Century 21, we have dresses with pockets, sometimes. This is still... O, rzodkiewki! O, dobre rzodkiewki! A tuńczyka mi kupiłeś? No to po co mi rzodkiewki bez tuńczyka? Kurwa. He bought me radish, but not tuna. Listen, let's go for a walk. Walking is one of the best activities you can do in life because, firstly, it's free. And secondly, it's healthy. And thirdly, it's very fun. And fourthly, you can admire the views. How old is Steel? 33. Is that a secret? 34 this year in August. You ordered radishes for delivery at 9 p.m. Thank you! This is crazy, right? Oh. This is like such a first world behavior. How can you not just go to the shop like a normal person, but... Sorry, but order delivery. Kurwa! Yeah, thank you. Interrupting my walk. Sorry, I was supposed to be walking. Still officially an Ankh? Jesus, how old are you? Is it me or this stick very slightly drifting? There is no way. They have those special technology that shouldn't allow to... Oh, okay. This is normal, he says. Okay, so does it have stick drift? On which one? On which analog? The left one? No, I think it's just my wobbly fingers. Yeah, I'm wobbling it myself right now. It's... yes. It's intentional. Okay, still is back. You bought chocolate.
Ale dobra, na promocji była.
You cannot eat the whole thing. Get yourself one more and the rest hide somewhere.
I eat radish. He eats chocolate.
Wiedziałem. Best chocolate is 70% one. Oh, you wouldn't become friends with Chloe because she hates 70% chocolate. I kind of like it, but only or not only, mostly with the addition of orange. Like dark chocolate with orange is goated. Absolute top tier. %70 is healthy. I would say that depends how much you eat. Oh, how that wasn't a dodge. Don't backstab him, dude. This is so bad. He's actually going for it, but it worked, never mind. Not bad at all. How the fuck he actually managed to roll this out? That's crazy. The gamer is lagging a tiny bit, isn't it? Yeah, I just went on hopium that I'm actually going to kill him here. Alright. That back swing action landed. It's nice to actually, like, you have so many more, like, PvP ready players on Seamless, it's pretty crazy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I'm gonna get teleported to them, I have feeling like.
Like the stream YouTube shitters.
No way they are going to actually watch entire cutscene. No, please don't do it. And they can do it over and over, I think, isn't it? Oh my god. Rani, you piece of shit. Skip this fucking cutscene, please. Gonna get immersed to the experience? I see now. Hi. Crazy. Oh. I hate this game so much. I fucking hate this game so much. Are you fucking serious? Outskilled clearly. No. To kurwa jeszcze do jakiegoś skraba, nie? Fumbled? It's not a fumble, it's just the way how the spell works. If you're gonna get like if you're gonna get hit by it, like the status effect gonna apply to you, it's through combos. Okay. Here you go. Ooh. Still in the advantage, but the gamer actually almost equalized it. I still have advantage of the flask though, so I am on quite advantage right here, yeah, but... Oh. What the fuck? Okay, that's pretty insane tech, not gonna lie. Okay. I hit him, he didn't hit me. That's fucking crazy. Here's a frame trap. Like he was partially broken and didn't realize it. Crazy. My button got stuck, by the way, like the sprint one. I need to look up what to do with it, because yeah, it's not the first time it actually happens. Oh, that's such a shame. I didn't have Dragon Communion harpoons. I totally could use them. Four straight, GG. GG, Snacko. Hi. Let me actually refill before the next duel. For whatever reason, I cannot refill Dragon Communion. I have no strings. That's so ass. I fucking hate it. Yeah. Okay. I need to pop this because gamer has a huge advantage. Okay. I'm gonna remove his tier. Thank you. I cannot use it though. But thanks. I think we don't really have to double swap like the rings here. I can just wait for my HP to refill. Maybe even help it by spamming the thing a little bit. Okay. And HP full again. Shit. Alright, here we go. Okay, he fucked up. We've run away. Let me see. This and that. Okay, here we go. Nice headshot, but like I couldn't really benefit out of it. Okay, that's a frame trap. Ah! I think I could just jump forward and attack here. Okay. Frame trap hell, I guess. Actually do this. Do that. Okay. That's a low lot. So, like, he has a better neutral setup. It means that I have to find a ways to skip neutral. Okay. Well, alright, we got this. I kind of messed up, yeah. I should have like equipped myself dagger. That's kind of muscle memory from invasions kicked in right here. Okay, we got the hosts, but I need to refuel this. What is he using? Ah, this Shamshir, okay. If that's Shamshir, then I guess we're gonna get Dragon Crest Talisman. Okay, GG. Yay, we won the Fight Club, let's go. This kind of reminds me of the days of Dark Souls 2 when Fight Clubs were kind of a regular occurrence. You don't have anything like that anymore in Elden Ring, in the vanilla that is. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Seamless brings them back in some type, like, to some extent, yeah. You don't have the ping thing from seamless config? What you mean? I see ping above the names. Is there a mod that adds covenants back? There will be very soon. Better multiplayer is actually gonna bring back covenants. It's like a mod that I'm playing for its like superior arena experience from time to time. So mogę już. Jeszcze raz. Tak. A co? Dlaczego? Powinno być szybko, jeżeli chodzi o montaż. All right. Ah. That's such a shame. I have sword and snare. Dude, mobility ashes. Fucking bane of everyone's existence. Lol. that I don't think that's supposed to hit, but it hit. It did hit anyway. Crazy. So nice to see still getting sponsored. Deserved. Thank you, gamer. I'm actually like, and I am quite proud of the sponsor too. Like I mean, this sponsor in particular, yeah. Like, you know. It's genuinely a sponsor that I am gladly like. Showing around, because I personally think Instant Gaming is just doing a very good job. Can you fucking let me out? Come on. This is so fucking ass that our teammate, instead of like a gap closing, just decided to swap to the bow. Like, this is actually terrible. Please. Just kill him. Oh my god. Alright. I had to do it, I guess. Let's go to G. Like, today's stream gonna be a little bit shorter, gamers. Let's go to G. Shut up,
I see a
people.
blue here. Maybe we can get some Estus out of him.
Guys, GC's blue, people. I'm going to release very soon a video, like literally within the next hour or two. I'm gonna release a video from some encounters in
If you
seamless
don't want
co-op.
to fight, at least give the Estus.
So yeah, go to G, say hello to G Banana, and yeah, I will see you later. Have a good one, gamers. Sorry for the shorter stream, but yeah, well, tomorrow gonna be longer. See you later. Bye and hit